Hello, this is a PowerPoint covering Genesis chapter 5. Genesis chapter 5, verse 1 and following. This is the book of the generations of Adam. When God created man, he made him in the likeness of God. Male and female, he created them. And he blessed them and named them man when they were created. The book referred to here was likely something preserved on a clay tablet. The book is named after Adam. In Hebrew, Adam can be a proper name, a common noun for a male individual, or a generic noun referring to both male and female humans. When Adam had lived 130 years, he fathered a son in his own likeness after his image and named him Seth. The days of Adam after he fathered Seth were 800 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Thus all the days that Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. Seth is Adam's third son and is offered as an alternative to Cain's lineage. It is important to point out here that the age of the individuals can be taken at face value, as no other credible alternative has been established. The flood/God caused something within the earth or within man or both to cause us not to live as long. When Seth had lived 105 years, he fathered Enosh. Seth lived after he fathered Enosh 807 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Thus all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. We start seeing a pattern within the chapter regarding the sentence structure. It kind of follows this. When A had lived X years, he fathered B. A lived Y years after he fathered B and had other sons and daughters. Thus all the days of A were Z years, after which he died. When Enosh had lived 90 years, he fathered Kenan. Enosh lived after he fathered Kenan 815 years and had other sons and daughters. Thus all the days of Enosh were 905 years, and he died. When Kenan had lived 70 years, he fathered Mahalalel. Kenan lived after he fathered Mahalalel 840 years and had other sons and daughters. Thus all the days of Kenan were 910 years, and he died. When Mahalalel had lived 65 years, he fathered Jared. Mahalalel lived after he fathered Jared 830 years and had other sons and daughters. Thus all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years, and he died. When Jared had lived 162 years, he fathered Enoch. Jared lived after he fathered Enoch 800 years and had other sons and daughters. Thus all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. In the New Testament, Jude mentions Enoch in Jude 1:14 through 16. It was also about these days that Enoch, the seventh from Adam, prophesied, saying, Behold, the Lord comes with 10,000 of his holy ones, to execute judgment on all and to convict all that the ungodly and all their deeds of ungodliness that they have committed in such an ungodly way, and of all the harsh things that ungodly sinners have spoken against him. These are grumblers, malcontents, following their own sinful desires. They are loud-mouthed boasters, showing favoritism to gain advantage. When Enoch had lived 65 years, he fathered Methuselah. Enoch walked with God after he fathered Methuselah 300 years and had other sons and daughters. Thus all the days of Enoch were 365 years. Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. If we look back at chapter 4, we see that the seventh generation from Cain produced Lamech, who followed his own ways and was a murderer. The seventh generation from Seth produced Enoch, who walked with God and did not die. The statement that Enoch walked with God shows an ongoing intimate relationship, something the Lord desires from us all. When Methuselah had lived 187 years, he fathered Lamech. Methuselah lived after he fathered Lamech 782 years and had other sons and daughters. Thus all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. Methuselah is recorded as the longest living human. According to the dates given, it is possible Methuselah died in the year of the flood. We see the names Enoch and Lamech pop up in both the lineage from Cain and Seth. I believe these are distinct and separate people in both the family lines. Different parents are recorded for both names in each lineage. Popular names are used throughout history, like Mary and John in the New Testament. When Lamech had lived 182 years, he fathered a son, and called his name Noah, saying, out of the ground that the Lord has cursed, this one shall bring us relief from our work and from our painful toil of our hands. Lamech lived after he fathered Noah 595 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Thus all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. The genealogical pattern here is disrupted by Lamech's explanation of Noah's name, which means rest and comfort. Lamech lived 777 years. This is interesting for his namesake in Genesis 4:24, in that the 77-fold vengeance. After Noah was 500 years old, Noah fathered Shem, Ham, and Japheth. This list brings the pattern to an abrupt end. Genesis 11:10 through 26 lists the family line of Shem. I found this graph in my study Bible, and it's the genealogies showing the age at fatherhood and the age at death.